Welcome back, everybody, to our forecast for August 2019. My name is Jona Bryndis. I'm a professional energy healer, energy coach, and I want to help contextualize these energies that are coming in right now. This forecast is created for energetically sensitives and empaths in particular, who tend to have energetic sensations way ahead of time. So for you, this is maybe something that is already coming in, but for most people in your life, this may come here in waves throughout August. The overall nature of August energies is not related to June and July. Obviously, we do learn from our past, and there were some very significant insights that many of us have gone through or have received, have been able to see, to realize in their lives. But the overall nature of August is shift, is new beginning, is new start, is reboot. Okay, so there's a very powerful energy coming in here in August that we will all feel, and it will translate differently for each and every one of us. But I called this energy forecast for August evolution or devolution, with a question mark, for the purpose of making us more aware that we have a choice. August will show us very, very clearly that we have to become self-responsible, all right? That this choice is within us. Whatever is going on out there is going to be tricky, guys. So I'm going to start with looking into the collective here. All this heated energy that was present in June and July is still going on. It's actually unfolding right now. So the majority of people, especially those who are emotionally not as mature or don't really know how to emotionally process these intense energies, all right, they'll feel all fired up, and unfortunately this will take on a form that, even though the overall procession here in August is positive, can lead to people who were more like on the depressed and apathetic side of things in June and July, now going into this erratic action. So they now feel they have more energy, and unfortunately, this going into expression, going from the internal into the external, will collectively most likely take form in people acting out on their fear, on their frustration, on their anger. All right, this recording is being done here on the 29th of July, the day after the most recent shooting in California, and this is one of those expressions that we still need to expect here for the next week or so. All right, so there can be a delay sometimes with these stuck and repressed emotions in us, especially if we don't know how to express our emotions. Those of us who are in this active awakening phase of their life, all right, where you really feel the prompting that you want to change the way you live, or the way you have been manifesting your life's conditions, you will actually feel that the month of August is like a huge, deep clearing and healing in a positive way. It will literally reorganize and clear out, restructure everything from your body, your mind, and your entire psyche. This is a really, really good month to put things into action, changes that you need to do, that you've known you needed to do for a long time, that you've avoided, that you've procrastinated, that you've ruminated about, you name it. All right, whatever was lingering in you these last 2 months here in this sort of repressed and lethargic type of way, heavy, sad way, frustrated way, is now wanting to come out. All right, so the overall process for all of us is facing things, facing our fears, facing our fear of emptiness, our fear of rejection, our fear of not being loved, and for many also our fear of dying. Collectively, I have to say, looking into August, I see a lot of suicides, guys. I see a lot of people throwing the towel, not to be gloomy, but to just inform you that when someone goes through prolonged time of depression and apathy, it is the moments when they actually feel more energy, when this inner darkness can take on form and can be translated into action. All right. I don't know if this makes sense, but you will see a lot of nutters in August. Okay. And some of it will be straight out hilarious. Okay. And some of it will be very sad. And some of it will be very, very frightening, like this random shooting that we had here last night. Okay. So overall, the tendency is very positive, very optimistic. It's a very, very cool month. There will be so many new things coming in for you, new relationships, new collaborations, and not just ideas, but new opportunities, like hands-on opportunities, very pragmatic, very practical, and all that right there in front of you for you to jump on this train. Okay, this train is trying to push you into your future. Okay, so jump onto it, because the moment you let go of trying to control everything and allow this centipede to pull you into your future, that's the moment when everything starts falling into place and starts to become really easy. Those are then these phases in your life where you feel that everything is just lining up, almost like magical. But I do want to give a big warning here for observing magical thinking. So magical thinking is not the same as witnessing miracles happening. Magical thinking is, having this sort of unrealistic belief that something big is going to happen that is going to pull you out of your misery, or a second coming, or something on the outside, something external that would change your life. That's what magical thinking is. Okay, and self-responsibility has nothing to do with that. Responsibility means you recognizing that it is you who needs to choose how you want to respond to what is going on. So if you witness other people going nuts, or acting out in weird ways, or being led on, or taken away or possessed by dark forces, it is because they don't have the energy to withstand the overall collective energy that right now looks like for many that it is devolving. And I want to take a moment here to just talk a little bit about that. Before things can change, whether it's in our own personal life or as a whole entire collective society or whatever, things have to go so bad, it has to become, the pain of where we are at with this has to become so great that it can out vibrate our fear of the unknown, of the unknown and uncertain future. This is the fundamental function of our ego, that we will not change until the pain gets greater than the fear. Only then do we feel the courage to do something about this. And this is why this devolution, all right, will then lead to revolution. And revolution can then ultimately lead to evolution. There are several cycles in between, and I want you to understand that, this old saying, things have to get worse before they can get better. This is what we're witnessing right now, okay? And some of these expressions here in our societies can be observed in politics, of course, is very obvious. In the media and the propaganda of the media can be felt very, very clearly. And also, how some organs or some agents of the matrix, if you will, how they are using euphoria and how they're using superstition and how they're using people's fear, the fear of the wrath of God or the fear of them losing their convenience or whatever, how this is being used against us. Okay, so the matrix as sort of the expression of collective darkness of all our culminated fears and anger and frustration, all right, is being used against us. And it takes a warrior of the heart to withstand that, guys. All right, so you'll see this in finances as well. You'll see something here in August, very clear that I see is how this whole collusion and conspiracy between the banks and the celebrities and politicians, the high finance, all right, how this is all a farce. And we will like literally see how, through these continued uncoverings of truth, how this is all connected, and that we can't trust in this at all. Also, I want to point out for those of you who are familiar with sort of how these financial power systems in the world work, there's something that is a little bit concerning here, and that's the Federal Reserve considering to lower the interest rates, which could be an indication here for wars, okay, or a war. There are some areas in the world that are very heated up, that are all fired up right now, where it only takes a tiny little spark to ignite that. War as an attempt to rescue economies, and one of the world's leading economy that is falling apart a little bit right now. You all know who I'm referring to, might need a war to inject the economy. This sounds a bit gloomy again, but you have to understand that this has always been the case. All right. The only difference now in August is that you're going to clearly see this, how this is all connected. Okay. Another thing is, and this is something I mentioned in last month's energy forecast, is revelations about food and our resources. This too will become aware to us here more and more now, how there is a deception going on. All right, and why this is so important that we educate ourselves, or at least look at higher vibratory healing methods. Healing methods that do not come from the same companies that produces medication and food and oil. All right, because there is an agenda here. Okay, and the reason why some medication doesn't work anymore, or why this creates more harm in people than good, is because of the degradation here of the quality of our meds, and the need to increase doses and so forth is something that you will discover as a conspiracy. All right, except for it's not a conspiracy per se. It's like a woo-woo tinfoil conspiracy. This has been going on forever. All right, and so it all the more reason for you to go into self-responsibility, to take care of the foods that you ingest, the water that you drink, the whatever substances and what other energies you ingest, any energies that you ingest, and to improve your energetic and physical immune system. This will be very, very important. Okay, so allow all that to come forward. There's no reason to be afraid. Okay, it's just sort of a non-brainer to start implementing all these things that you have been feeling, that you have been prompted to do, that you have been, sort of knowing all along, okay? Do not wait. August is the month where you want to be very practical and very pragmatic. And you don't need to idealize either, and you don't need to go into superstition either. Those are the extremes then, that our ego pulls us into. Just see it as, okay, from now on, I'm responsible. From now on, I am cherishing my body, my system, my energy, my emotions, my love, the love for life. Rediscover that. Okay, you'll have plenty of opportunities to rediscover that in August. So many beautiful things. So after this first week, all right, which will come in really, really strong. And, many of us will feel, especially those of us who are energetically sensitive, will feel this like as a hands-on vibration, like your whole body is going to vibrate. Your heart is responding. It's your heart field, really, with pounding, with palpitations, with your heart racing. Okay, everything is going to speed up. You're going to feel this. Just don't go into fear. You're not going to get a heart attack. Okay, if you have a heart condition, okay, then you need to go to the doctor. But if you're overall healthy, then understand that this is a signal. Okay, this is a signal for you to walk up. Let this come. Latest, in the second week of August, so week 33. There's so many beautiful experiences that we can make, and there's such a fortunate energy coming in for us, that this clarity that we have sort of gained in the first week will then give us sort of the needed kick, all right, to see this all in action and to really become optimistic, and to know, that if we just stay open, if we just allow, and if we trust in our inner prompting, all right, that we can handle about anything. The third week is then all in the name of correction. So then once we start things seeing implement, okay, we'll also see how not to do things. So you'll also learn how, to improve things, how to evolve more, and how to, express that which needs to come to an expression here, whether it's our feelings, our love, our business idea, or whatever, that this needs to be corrected. So keep an open mind here, because often, especially for small businesses, it's that one thing that you swore to yourself you'd never do or never want to do, that is actually needed to be done in order to be successful, in order to unlock that. All right. And then sort of the last week and a half, or almost 2 weeks, then are all about the integration of that, and really seeing how things are taking on a new form, and how you as a person have now become the co-creator of all of this, and to celebrate that, right, and to go into togetherness, with others, to understand that, that this is the process here that needs to be done for our whole entire collective. But that there's a delay, so the collective is much more inert than we are as individuals. So each and every individual doing this and outwarding their own fears and their own restrictions then injects this back into the collective field, and allows, sort of the rest of humanity to move on faster, okay, to get through this deconstruction faster, so that the reconstruction, can finally begin. So the end of August is it looks a little tricky. The very end, the very last couple of days. There's sort of this heated emotion that's coming back out. Overall, here, as far as earth changes is concerned, that this can be a major month for earthquakes. That we've had this come in at the beginning of last month, and this, has to unravel still. Okay, there's shock waves. Okay, shock waves on all levels. I always choose my words in a very particular way. I don't know if you have noticed this watching the past forecasts. but I always relate them to all different levels of our existence, the collective, the physical, emotional, mental, social, and energetic level of us. All right, so these words, they weave through all these different layers of our being, and we'll probably have to witness a few things that are a bit shocking, all right, also in our own life, but this can also be a good shock, realizing how we have been so attached to certain things before that don't even have a meaning to us. So really tune into the joy for life, the love for life in August. This will be a wonderful month for you if you can do this. See this new energy unfolding right in front of you in a very practical way. All right, so allow yourself to go through both aspects of that, the fear and then sort of the joy of witnessing it. Physically, just here real quick, specifically for August, expecting people to have skin issues, so people who have eczema, rashes, or other conditions that are linked to skin will probably flare up a bit. Continued issues with eyes and ears, and issues with your spine, with your nervous system, with the spinal cord, all right, which can then be counteracted through really learning how to activate your vagus nerve, which can help to stimulate your parasympathetic nervous system. I'm probably going to talk about this a lot in August. Watch your kidneys, so your water intake, and also the quality of water, the energy of water, I will probably talk about as well, is very important for August. Those of you with fluctuations in your blood sugar levels, go have this checked out. If you have maybe sort of a pre-diabetic condition, you can change this around in no time, guys. All right. And our overall immune system. All right. So this is it here from my end, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Share those videos. Please comment in the comment section here. Ask questions. There's more to come. Every week I publish the energy update, and then for my Patreon supporters and the heart warriors that work with me directly, the energy tips. If you want to get more detailed information, then go to Patreon and become a supporter and get these energy tips every week that go very detailed into the energies of that coming week. Or consider to work with me in an individual session. You can request a free initial energy coaching session with me through phone or Skype at any time. Thank you very much. Enjoy this wonderful month of love. All right, and don't fall for your fears. Okay, that's like missing the train. Okay, jump on the love train here. Bye bye, everyone. See you next month.
Energetic adjustment to the new paradigm. To the love and peace within, I dedicate myself. I am one with my true self, the part in me that is unchanging, eternal, and infinite. I embrace change as evolutionary path of my being and trust in my true self to guide me to unfold my highest potential. I accept all limitations as learning experiences and feel nothing but gratitude for every opportunity to grow. I willingly step into this new paradigm of truth so that I can embrace my responsibility as co-creator of my reality. For this, I willingly let go of identifying with my fears, conscious or unconscious. And all that does no longer serve my highest good. I dedicate my energy to be open for new perspectives that are in alignment with my higher goals, even if they challenge my ego at first. I voluntarily take on this challenge and dedicate myself to the truest form of self-expression. Letting go of hiding, withholding, and judging. Through the power in my heart, I hear with clear all attachments, limitations, self-imposed restrictions, energetic ties, and karmic binds in any dimension or time to any person, entity, or ego illusion. Nothing and no one has the right to violate my space, integrity, or boundaries. I trust in my ability to sense anything or anyone compromising my confidence in myself to manifest my highest potential. I acknowledge that I don't need all answers, that I don't need to control, and that I don't need to worry. As the new paradigm reflects nothing but my true divine nature. Now and at all times, I love who I am. True self. Thank you for my energetic sensitivity that shows me when I need to stand my ground and when I need to let go, when I need to self-correct and when I need to shift. Allow me to grow beyond what my ego cannot see, and guide me to be open for approaching my journey with the wisdom of my united heart and mind. Now, I can rest in my heart, as all there is left to do is to live and create my life in love. Thank you.